Welcome to today's Instagram Live. So last week I went and did a flip through of my 2020 December daily album, Volume 1, and I came up with a bunch of sketches on the Instagram Live, and I just kind of drew them with pencil and things, and then I went and designed them all on Microsoft Publisher so that I could share them with you guys. And I think most people really enjoyed having these, so I will definitely do that with the rest of the sketches that I do starting from now. So I'll do some more for my December Daily Volume 2, and I'll post those up probably next week. It does take me a bit of time to design these layouts on the computer. Hey everyone! This PDF, by the way, can be found if you visit my profile, and there's like a link tree link beneath my name. You can click on that, and one of the first links will be a link to Dropbox where you can find the download for this. And I don't know why on so what I do is I design the sketches on Microsoft Publisher, and then I take screenshots of the things on Microsoft Publisher, and then I put them onto, I just save them as images so that I can use them on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. And then I paste those onto a Microsoft Word document so that I can save them to a PDF. And you can see for each of the sketches, I have the sketch on a 10x8 layout itself, and then I have some typed out ideas that I came up with, as well as if I have a process video for the original page that I did, I put that on as well. And then I also have a link to my Instagram post that I originally shared this page on last year. Just to note as well, I was watching some of my older YouTube videos, and some of the lighting is very questionable. I think I've said this before, but I was filming pretty much in the kitchen, and hi Neela, and I had such bad lighting. So my the tripod that I had my phone set up with didn't extend how do you call it? It didn't bend. So you could just go upwards, but not at an angle. So I had to take the whole tripod and prop it against the wall using a chair so that I could get my phone camera above my working desk. And this was just on a kitchen table. So my lighting was horrendous back then, but the ideas are still there. And I think my instructions were still clear enough that you could follow. Just keep in mind that my process videos back then, the lighting might have been a bit horrendous at that point. But anyways, if you haven't seen these sketches, you can find them on my link tree, and you can download them and print them off for yourself. So, does anyone have any questions about last week's things or last week's sketches? I'll wait for 5 seconds. Going once, going twice. Thanks everyone for being here. Okay, so this is Volume 2, and this is, if you didn't watch my last week's video, these are Citrus Twist Life Crafted albums, and like I had mentioned last week, I mostly used products from Cocoa Daisy's Christmas kit, as well as in a creative bubble. So that's what most of these things are. Sorry for the glare. I always have an acetate sheet on the front of all of my Citrus Twist Life Crafted albums, because I don't want any of the pattern papers, or if I print photos and things like that, I don't want that to rub off on the cover of my album. This was a test that I had done on some clear sticker paper. So it didn't turn out quite the way that I had wanted it to. I was doing a test between this one, which is the Neato brand of the clear sticker paper, which is glossy, as you can see. And this is the Mako brand of clear sticker paper. And as you can see, this one is matte, and this one turned out so much better. This is just printing on clear sticker paper and then foiling it. And I do have instructions on how to do that on my YouTube channel if you guys are interested as well. But let's get started with this album. So this cover page was originally supposed to be in the front of my volume 1. And this was supposed to open things up. It's like a shaker pouch kind of thing. And I had used a cut file from Citrus Twist Kits and made this cool shaker. And you can see that the embellishments that I have in here are quite large. So that's why I had so much thickness with my page. And that's why it couldn't fit in my volume 1 anymore. And that's why it's here. I will not be doing this again this year. If I am going to be doing anything like this, I would probably do like not these little dewdrop things, because those are, like, if you look at them, they're about this thick. And I would probably just use sequins. In fact, this is potentially a bit scandalous, but you guys know those shaker tags that were released in the add-on kits? Not the add-on kits, the embellishment add-ons. These sequin shaker tags. So I kind of want to chop one of these in half and take the sequins out, like those little star sequins, and use them in a shaker page. Is that crazy? Am I being crazy here? Because I think these tags themselves, like if you cut the tops off, then you lose the tag topping. However, after you dump the sequins out, you can still use that as a pocket, because I think these are like 4 inches by 3 inches. So even if you cut off like the top inch or so, you still have like a nice 4-inch by 3-inch pocket that you can just place on your page. And then you can use the sequins, the shaker bits for something else. Or alternately, I think they do have, like they have these glitter stars as well. And these ones don't have adhesives on the back, so you can always use those as shaker bits too. Just a fun little idea here. So this is day 11, and I think this one here, I wasn't really feeling all that. Oh, right, this one. So I had gotten, I wasn't feeling well at work. And I went home and made this meal for myself, and it was with some spices that we had gotten from a spice store in Edmonton. And I made green curry. I think it was green curry. It's kind of hard to tell in this picture. Maybe it was red curry. But it was, yes, it was like a red Thai curry soup. And it was so good. I loved it. But yeah, kind of one of those days where I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't want the journaling to be shown on the front. I watched my boyfriend play like a video game, so I took a picture of that. Thought that was fun. And this front page here is from In a Creative Bubble. So like I had mentioned in my last video, there was another page here that I had made a similar kind of pullout. So I think you could definitely do something like this even in a 10 by 8 album. So her pages will be about 6 by 8 because they come in that 6 by 8 TN. So I'm just going to cut mine apart and use some of these pages. And my thought is to do like a 6 by 8. So would have like 6 inches by 8 inches. So that would go to like approximately there. And then you'd have like 4 inches here. So this is like 6 by 8 in a Creative Bubble TN page. And maybe I could do like a little tab, pull out. Oh, I cannot draw a tab. Pretend that's a tab. The way that I make these tabs, if I don't have them, like this one specifically came in one of the Cocoa Daisy planner kits. That's why I have that tab there. But if you don't have one of those, you can always use the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch boards, and you can make tabs out of those as well. Let me show you what they look like. So mine is old and looks like this. But they've come out with different iterations of this. And so you pretty much like, these are supposed to be used to make envelopes. And this punch here, if you put paper in here, creates these little notches. However, if you just like imagine this being like a notch, and then you have a straight edge, and then you create another notch, and you cut off this part and this part, then that makes a perfect tab. So I usually make mine about 2 inches or 2.5 inches. So I just notch, move it over 2.5 inches, and then notch again, and then that creates a tab. So you have a tab, pull out. And then so this section here would be about 4 inches, which I think would be enough space to either put like one of those library cards from Ellie Edwards. She has these, in the main kit, she has these pockets with library cards in them. And I believe those are 3 inches wide. So you could put one of those library cards from the main kit, or a photo. This would be like a 4x8 photo maybe, or some pattern paper with some embellishments. And I think that would look really cute. So there's that page. The next page here, day 12, was a scrap lift from Tatiana Gordon's class in the prep party. So she made this little pocket here, and she had some inserts. I don't think she had inserts yet because I think she and Crystal were doing some mixed media stuff, so she had inked hers. Instead, I just cut mine out of some gold cardstock, and this is laminated because remember, if you remember from last week, I had laminated all of my papers that I was going to cut in my electronic cutting machine, because the blade was so dull, it wouldn't cut through paper without dragging all the fibers and making it look really messy. But surprisingly, it still cut through laminated things. So that's why that's laminated. And that's why that's extra shiny. But I have put some vellum behind that, like Tachi did. And then this one here is just pattern paper. And then I have some stenciled on embossing paste, like I think that was in Tachi's class as well. I think she taught how to do that. But then I just included these inserts. This one is just a card from the Christmas market that we went to, and it fit the vibe of these letters so well that I thought I had to include it. And then there is a flip up here to include another card, as well as a photo, and another photo with all the stuff that we got during our visit to the Christmas market. These flaps, by the way, if you're interested in getting those, these are from Close to My Heart, and they have this little adhesive strip here that you can use to attach to any page. If you don't have one from Close to My Heart, you can always cut apart like just a normal page protector and adhere maybe like a strip of paper that goes like behind here to down to here, and that can create a flip up. But yeah, these ones are, so these are digital stamps from Ellie Edwards. I don't think they were part of last year's December Daily. They might have been a different December Daily. And then these wood veneer pieces are from Ellie's studio. And I have 3 of them just cut out from some cork. So you could definitely do that with some of this year's products. I can see this being done with the Holiday Icon stamp set, which is here. So you could cut like a house shape out of that, for example, or like a tree shape out of that, I think would be really nice, or even the star. And then these all just have some photos and some journaling in the back. So photos. And I like the fact that, because this was kind of a really packed day, we did 3 different types of things during that one day. So this is a really nice way of incorporating like 3 different activities into one spread. So there's that. So this one, the way you would adapt it to like a 10 by 8, you would definitely be able to extend this out like the vellum, and then you'd be able to include some pattern papers and then maybe some cut out words from this alphabet stamp here. If you got that digitally, that would look really nice as well. This page here is kind of like a specialty page, so I don't think I will do anything like this for this year, but I did two days in one. So this is day 13, and then this one here is day 14, and I kind of wanted to include a selfie, but I wanted to talk about self-love, so that's why it says selfie love. And this is a camera die cut from Lawn Fawn, and I actually have the die, so I cut this out using the pattern papers from Cocoa Daisy, and then I put my number in the center, and this just pulls out for some more photos of my day just relaxing and taking care of myself. And then I have some journaling back there too. And then this was a scrap lift from, I think, Product Play from last year. And what I did was I just made all of these little squares into triangles into flip outs, so that I could include some square photos of some of the happy mail that I received. I subscribed to a chocolate subscription box, so this is chocolate that comes to me every month. And I subscribed to some Hygge boxes as well, like it's spelt Hygge, so like Hygge, but I think it's pronounced Hygge. And they incorporated some Christmas decor items, which I was really happy about. And then I have another subscription box that I had gotten right there. And then these two flip out for just some embellishment stickers, because I didn't want those to just be flat and then the others to be flip outs. So there's that. This one a lot of people really liked last year, and I actually have a template of this as well as a process video up on my YouTube channel. And this is like those old time newspaper dispenser things, because this was talking about our COVID Christmas and the first COVID-19 vaccines being administered in Alberta. So I created kind of this custom newspaper with my own title and the date that I had done this on, and then some of the COVID news things that were going on that day. And this one, I think it would be a bit more difficult to do as a 10 by 8. However, I do plan on including something like this in my album regardless. So the good thing about the 10 by 8 album is it does allow you to put other sizes of things in. So like 3 by 8, the 6 by 8 pocket protectors also fit in there. So I was planning on doing maybe like an oven. So I was going to maybe take a picture of my oven and then have the oven door open and be able to see some like cookies inside, maybe have photos of cookies that I had taken pictures of. And I think that would be really cute. So this just closes like that. And then this one I think I also have a process video for. So this one is using a die from Altenew. And I just inked up the edges using some Altenew dye inks. And so this opens up like that to reveal, I was talking about my Christmas tree and some ornaments. And that is another day. So I think this one here, you could definitely do as a 10 by 8, but I don't think you could do it as a trifold. I think that would get kind of ridiculous because you would have like 10 inches and then another 10 inches and then another 10 inches. So it just wouldn't be doable. What I think I want to do this year is to just create some flaps. So one flap that goes this way and then another flap that goes that way, but they are like the same width. So they're all 10 inches, and just make the, like, you can still do this type of a page even without the dies. So you would do them as like, where did my page go? I think, oh, here it is. So you would cut them like snowdrifts and just kind of, like I've done this before where I've just eyeballed it. So you have maybe one going down like this, and then another one going up like this, and then these would open. So open, open, and this would be like white cardstock with, I was thinking silver ink edging. So if you just take like a sponge dauber or something like that, like a makeup sponge, and then take that edge of paper and then just blend, I was thinking using Ali's metallic silver ink, you can get like a defined edge on your snowdrift, and then you can have one flap and two flaps opening and have photos attached inside, and I think that would be really cool. So this would be like a snowdrift fold out page. Yeah, no problem. I love sharing my ideas and coming up with them as I go along. This is day 17. I really don't like how this ribbon sticks out of my head like that. This is a pull-up, but like it looks kind of like I have an antenna. I think that's really funny. Anyways, this was the first time it snowed in December, which is crazy because I live in Alberta, and like we get snow. We get quite a bit of snow during the year, so it was really surprising that that was the first time it snowed in December, and this is the 17th that I took that on. So I have here, this is a stamp from Kelly Perky's old shop. So this is retired, but you can fill in like the details of the temperature and the day and things like that. And I thought that was so cute to go with this picture of me in my mask in the snow with some antenna ribbon sticking out of my head. So this one was just like, the purpose of this spread was to be like the back of this spread. I think if you do something like this, where you have just the two flaps and then you have it on, you can do it like one of two ways, right? Like you can have it where this top part isn't even like a thing, and then you just have the, those attacher stickers right here. You wouldn't be able to do that. You'd have to attach the attacher sticker right here. Attacher sticker. And then you would be able to see whatever's behind this snowdrift peeking out from behind this page if you did that. Or you can put this on like an actual pattern piece of paper or like a background, and then that way you don't have to worry about matting whatever's on the back. So two ways to do that. I think it would be really nice to be able to see the back part. So I'm actually going to erase that. I'm not going to make you watch me erase that. It's going to take too long. I will fix this up for you guys on my actual sketches that I'll send out. So yeah, I'll tidy it up later on. This one, you can see my love for shakers and shiny things because this whole page is just a shaker. And I hope I'm not shaking the camera. No, I'm not. Okay. So this burr acrylic piece came in the Cocoa Daisy kit, as did these little vellum snowflakes. And I just used my fuse tool and fused the top of this and fused one of the papers in so that this has a bit of a shake. And I love that. But again, lots of bulk, so I don't think I will do that again this year. This page here is talking about a trip to the mall and I bought some ribbon that I really wanted to include. So that's why I did this. And I took a picture at the mall and wanted to include that. So that's that. I think this would be really cool if you did this as a 10 by 8 and had the ribbons going down this way. I'm not really sure why I didn't just adhere the ribbon edges down and instead just left them loose like that. I think this year what I might do is I might just cut the ends of the ribbons at like a bit of an angle and adhere them down to the vellum, and then they can flip up to reveal a photo and some journaling maybe. So I will do that as a sketch. I really like that idea. So this may be some pattern paper. Hinge, pattern paper hinge. And then we'll have some stripes of ribbon of varying lengths. Maybe some that look like that. I like that actually. So ribbons of varying length. And this one here is vellum. So flip up to reveal a photo. I have no idea how I'm going to convey this vellum in my sketches. You could cut them to look like banners. Cut little, oh, you mean like this one? Zoe, is that what you mean? I really like, I like this one a bit better than that one. So I think that's what I would go with, is the fishtail. Fishtail. Yes. All right. Moving on. This one, page 19 was, yes, sorry. Yeah, good. I call them fishtail banners, but yes, fishtails, or yes, banners. This one I did a virtual crop with Treasured Memories, which is one of my local scrapbooking stores. They usually do have in-person Christmas crops too, but because of COVID, we couldn't get together. So all of these pattern papers and this cute little gnome were from them. And I have this insert, and I love doing their challenges. They have different challenges that they have throughout the weekend, and you can win prizes and things like that. So I wanted to make sure that I included that. And here I have a collage of all of the different challenges that I completed. And I think this would be really fun to do this style of layout on a 10 by 8. So like have more photos, and these photos measure, how much do these measure? So these are 3 by 4, and this whole page here is 8 and so up to there is 8 3/4 of an inch. So like if you extend it by another 1 1/4 inches, which makes 10 inches, you could include, like that would just make it so that you could include the rest of this photo and the rest of this photo maybe, and maybe some embellishments here too. But I think that would look really nice as a standalone 10 by 8 page, not even with the flip out. So I like that as a sketch. Oops, running out of room here. Collage page. And I like these types of layouts for like including lots of different photos. So like if you go to an event and you have lots of photos, this would be perfect for including all of them. With 3 by 4 photos. And especially with the pattern paper that we get in the main kits this year, that would look really nice. I do like to keep a white border whenever I'm putting photos on pattern paper because I just find that that makes them pop a bit more off the page. But yeah, there's another idea. This is day 20, and I will definitely be doing a page like this in this year's album. So this is vellum. This was part of Coco Daisy's kit. And then I've sewn some just plain acetate onto there. And then these are cutouts from, these are a digital stamp from Ali Edwards as well. And I cut those out of gold foil paper. And then I just have the movies and shows that I was watching at the time. So I have TV show, and then 4 movies that I was watching at the time. And these aren't even like holiday specific things. This is the only holiday, I guess Die Hard is debatably like a Christmas movie. But these aren't even like holiday related, and I'm still including them because that's what I was doing in December. So I have a bit of journaling about these. And I think these would be really cool to do with the transparency film strips. So where are those? Those are under embellishments. These guys here. So you get 6 of them, and I bet you could fill up some of those with your favorite shows or favorite movies that you like to watch during the holidays and put them in a similar type of pocket page. The only thing here that I kind of slightly regret is you'll see that I've stapled these gold stars onto my acetate piece here, and the backs of the staples kind of catch onto these little things when I take them in and out, which kind of concerns me a bit. But I just make sure that I do that slowly and very carefully. And these are printed on cardstock and not photo paper, which also makes a difference because I bet if I printed them on photo paper that they would be all scratched up by now. So I will do that sketch as well. A lot of these ideas are using vellum. I've noticed. I'm a big fan of using vellum. I think the kit, the add-on with the vellum only comes with 5. Yeah. So it only comes with 5. So if you want to, you can definitely get the digital pack and print out your own vellum, which I think I'm going to end up doing because I like these designs. These designs I don't think will be as good for using on a page like this, for example. So I'll probably have to use some of my own vellum that I print out instead of these ones here. But these 2 designs definitely would make good backgrounds for things. So we have vellum, acetate, and then I will draw the film strips as best I can. Actually, technically, you'd be able to see through them. So, and I know that the actual film strips have 4 boxes. It's just my drawing is horrendous. So that's why I have to do digital sketches, guys. Okay, you get the idea. Transparency pocket with, and does she call these film strips? Does anyone know? Plastic frame set. Plastic frame set. For movies or shows. All right. So this next page here, I obviously had the conundrum of like, oh, I have this clear element that I have to do something about. So I decided to use craft because it kind of blended in with the gold a bit better. And then I decided to just do kind of the half page and start approximately where all of these stars start so that it's not as obvious when you're looking here. And the gold from the vellum piece definitely helps as well. It helps hide some of that craft that I have going on in the back of this page. It just makes it look a bit more seamless. And this is a swivel tab that I created to have a bit of a fold out here. So this was a picture of what my crafting room looked like. And this is a picture of what the kitchen table looked like at the end of that day. And it was kind of like one of these days. I don't want to swear on Instagram Live, but it was one of those days. Everything was going wrong. Like, my cutting machine didn't really work. My toner didn't foil properly. My sewing device was breaking. And yes, I love the swivel tab as well. I was thinking it would be really cute to do these out of those the star die cut pieces that come in this kit, because you can put it you can put the brad through one of those little points, and then you can swivel it open, and then that can open up. So this one here, the dimensions are perfect for, like, if you wanted to do a 10 by 8 with just this element. So like, for example, if you had 10 inches here, and then you made this one here like 6 inches, and you did the swivel tab, and then you have a 6-inch page as well as another 6-inch page, and then this would be the 10 by 8. I think that would look really cool. It would be the most epic swivel tab ever. Should I do that as a sketch? Do we have enough sketches for today? We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, let's do another sketch. Might as well, hey? Okay, so this is obviously not to scale, but we'd have like a 6 times 8 page, and then another 6 by 8 page here. And then you would have a swivel tab with a star. Star swivel tab to hold things closed. So on this page alone, you can use up like 1, 2, 3, 4. You could use up 4 6 by 8 things. Yes. You wouldn't be able to use a 3 by 8 here because they wouldn't actually overlap if you used a 3 by 8, because then you'd have 6 inches and then you'd have 3 inches. So you'd have to use up, both of these things would have to be 6 inches. I don't know how I'm going to do that as a sketch. Like I said, all these interactive elements might be a bit hard to convey, but you guys can always watch this video and find out more information about what I'm talking about, because it's easier to show you than it is to like draw it out. Another thing that I was asked about was, like, what am I planning on doing with all those 3x4 pocket pages? Journaling cards, because all of the pocket pages have 4x4 and 4x6 cards. So my idea with that was, because, what are they? They're like this. They're split in the middle. And these are like 4x4, 4x4, and then this is 4x6, 4x6. So a couple of things you could do with these 4x4 spots. You can obviously just cut down some pattern paper into 4x4 squares and put them in. Or I was thinking you could do like a 3x4 card here, and then push this all the way to the side, and then fuse this shut. Fuse. And then make this into like a shaker pouch. And do the same thing on the other side. 3x4, shaker. Kind of like this pouch here. So I might do that for one of my pages. As you might know, most of my pages are outside page protectors, but sometimes I do like page protectors, like I used one here. Like if I want a quick, easy page, I think that's what I might do. Keep in mind though, that like you'd have to seal that shut, obviously, and then that part there. And then you'd still be able to take in the cards in and out if you wanted, because then this part isn't sealed off. It's just this part here that's fused shut. All right. So this is the last page for this one album, and I do have a process video on this one as well. And this is just a cut file from Paige Evans, and you can even see that this I've laminated as well. Like, I don't know if you can see the gloss on that, but I laminated this because I could not for the life of me get this to cut with my scanning cut machine. But yeah, I took 2 of her little trees and then this house shape, and I just backed it with some pattern paper. And I have this assembly that just slides out here. And I have some photos of some Christmas lights around the neighborhood that we took. And they don't even have journaling on the back. It's just the photos. And this slide out assembly, I think, would be easy enough to do in a 10 by 8 album. This is really fun. And I might just do this a few more times. But if you can see, it takes up a lot of real estate in the binder. So I did have to make gussets in my pockets to be able to accommodate this. So as much as I would love to do another one of these things, I don't think I would be able to do that in this album because, like I mentioned before, I don't want 3 10 by 8 albums. So those just go in here. All right, so we've come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sketches. I'm gonna have to make 7 sketches, you guys. Any questions for me? Do you find this helpful at all? Hey, Nolana. I'm just done, actually. You missed the party. So like I mentioned before, I'll take the week and I'll come up with some digital sketches for you guys. And I'll upload them onto the usual, Instagram and Facebook. And I'll leave a link so that you guys can have access to all of these sketches, because if I've done the work, I might as well share it, right? And just for the record as well, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do all of these different pages in my December daily albums. So like, these are nice ideas to have for like if I get stuck one day and I want like just a quick idea and I can't come up with something. These are already, like I've already thought about the dimensions, what I want to put on there. I've thought about the interactive elements. I've done it before. So these should just be like easy peasy pages that I can do if I'm struggling with coming up with something. But I might not necessarily do every single one of these because I do want to experiment with the new products and I do want to experiment with new layout ideas as well. Any questions for me? If not, I think I will say goodnight. Thanks so much for coming out. This was was this shorter than last time's? No, it was longer. Oh dear. I'm talking too much, hey? Yes, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.